What's up guys? Welcome back and thanks as always for being with me. In this video, I'm doing a very simple, fresh summertime look, obviously with a wing. But what I'm really trying to do in this video, especially for the base, is to show you how to use as little makeup as possible in the summertime while making an impact. I'm using mostly cream products, which I know a lot of people get weird about in the summertime, but trust me, less is more. So just keep watching to see how I achieve this look. So I'm gonna just jump right into the foundation using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Foundation Stick. I get a lot of requests for more affordable foundation options, and there's so many drugstore options, so this is definitely a great one. So this actually has hyaluronic acid in it, and I'm actually gonna use two colors. I'm using honey and cocoa, just because your face is not the same color all over, so I focus the honey a little more in the center and cocoa a little more around the perimeter, just for my contour areas. But what I love about this foundation, first of all, for a stick, sometimes sticks end up being a little too dry, not very blendable. This stuff is velvety soft, so super blendable, and the finish is really dewy and natural, but I get really nice coverage. So because it's a stick, it's also really easy to use. So I'm just gonna go in directly applying this to my face. This is the color Honey that I'm starting out with. Again, mostly just in the center of my face. And what I like about this foundation is you can apply a little bit and just blend it out a lot to make it more sheer. And you still get that really dewy natural finish, or you can layer over a little bit more for more coverage. Because I'm a little bit more tan right now, I'm just gonna want a little more warmth. So I'll add just a touch more of cocoa than I usually use. I'm going to use a less dense brush to blend this out, but you could always use something more like a kabuki brush to make it a little more airbrushed. I just want this to look really natural, so I'm going to use this one and just start blending it out. And like I said, the combination of these two colors right now, because I'm a little more tan, is perfect. So the way I applied this is a really light layer. You can see that it gave me coverage, it gave me, just even without a highlighter, it gives me that dewy factor and that contour, but I could always apply a little bit more if I wanted to for more coverage. Now I'm going to conceal a little bit. I'm going to use the Magic Away Concealer by Charlotte Tilbury in the number 6. So this is going to just help mattify the center of my face a little more. And of course conceal and brighten. Now you know this is the brush I always use for my concealer. This is by Smashbox. It's called the Cream Cheek brush, but I use it to blend out my concealer always. This really gives like a nice airbrushed finish with concealer. So since I already have my contour, I'm going to move on to my cheek color, and I am using a cream because, again, summertime, I just really like to use more cream products. And don't be deceived by, summer being a little bit more hot and sweaty and thinking you have to use more powder. I always go by the philosophy less is more in the summertime. So you can still use cream products, just use less. If you're using too much of anything, whether it's powder or cream, it's just always gonna end up not great. You have to be really strategic about how much of everything you're using. So just remember, less is more. Now the cheek color that I'm using is by Glossier. It's their Cloud Paint, and the color is called Puff. And then I'm using a synthetic foundation looking brush, like a flat brush. And I'm just going to take that and start patting my cheek with the color. So now just lightly, very lightly setting the concealer areas. I'm going to use the CoverFX Perfect Setting Powder. This is the translucent. So I'm just going to dab this just under my eyes and into this like laugh line area. Really just right in that inner corner, outer corner, and down this way. I don't want to use very much powder for this look, and that was just enough. I'm loving how this is turning out. So I'm going to do one final step for the complexion, which is the highlight. And again, cream product. This is also by Neutrogena, also from their Hydro Boost line, and it's the Illuminator. And the color that I'm using is Sandstone. It's like a nice mix between like a warm gold and a little bronze. So this I'm going to just apply directly. Brow bone, just above the arch. there, Cupid's bow. And again, you still have that hyaluronic acid factor that's gonna keep it looking dewy and hydrated. So really all I'm doing with this is blending the borders with my finger. Such a pretty highlight. So let me just show you a little before and after of my skin. This just is so little makeup. It's not very much at all, but look at the impact it made. It's so warm and pretty, but still very natural, very dewy, very hydrated. This is like the single most important step in makeup is the base. So now we're ready to move on to the eyes. Now for the eyes, I'm keeping it very fresh, kind of like a pearly pink iridescent like glow. I'm gonna use two colors from ColourPop, just mix them up. One is called Amaze and the other is Going Rogue. So I'm gonna take Amaze first and just with my finger, I always apply the Super Shock shadows with my finger because the formula is just kind of like that. It's like a cream and it dries to a powder finish. So I'm just gonna pat that into my lid. So once I have my entire lid covered, then I'm gonna go into Going Rogue, which is a lighter iridescent color. And I'm gonna take that and just start at the edge of that last color and blend up. This is just really gonna make the liner, that black liner, stand out more. And I'm also gonna add this to the very inner corner here. I don't really do the inner corner highlight usually, but this color is just so nice. So that's really it for any color that I'm putting on my lids. Now I'm gonna take this liner by Too Faced. It's their Better Than Sex liquid liner. If you've tried the mascara, this is their liner version. Very good liner. Here we go. You guys know how much I love doing that wing. So I'm gonna start at the inner corner here. And I like to apply it with my eye open first, just so I see what kind of shape I'm developing here. Also, I don't know why I'm holding the mirror so far away from me. And once I get to this outer corner, I'm just gonna stop and then create the shape of the actual wing. You have to keep stopping and checking. Keep stopping and checking to make sure you're going in the right direction. You don't want to just go off of how it looks when your eye is closed. You'll notice I'm doing like an outline first. I'm not doing the full line from inner corner to outer corner. So now I'm actually just gonna go back to the inner corner here and fill in this shape that I've blueprinted. It's kind of easier this way too because it's like a coloring book. You just go in and color inside the line and that's it. And then this is the time where you can smooth out any like jaggedness, anything that's not smooth. So I actually want to go a little more cat eye with this, so I'm just going to intensify the wing here. So just working on the outer corner. We're just going to really go for it. I'm just adding to it. And once you play with the actual wing, then you can go back to the line and just adjust anything that needs adjusting, like thickening this portion out. So again, just fine-tuning here, sharpening up that end. All right, I think that's it. I think I'm happy with that. You have to check it all different directions, from the side, from the front, closed, happy. This is the truly torturous part of eyeliner. You have to do it twice. So again, starting right at the inner corner. And again, keep looking back at the other side. to make sure the shape like generally matches. You can always make adjustments, but... And now that I know the wing is gonna be intense, since it's more intense on this side, I can go for it here. So yeah, that's a pretty good match. So now I'm gonna go in and fill that in. That was a long pause. Moving on to mascara, I'm gonna use the DiorShow Pump and Volume Mascara. Pump that up a little bit. And I'm not using any fake lashes for this look. Gonna keep it natural. But this mascara is really good for length and volume. And for the brows, I'm gonna use the Hourglass Arch Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. The color that I'm using is dark brunette. And with this, I'm just gonna brush my brows up. And set them. And finally, for the lips, I'm gonna use a brand new product from Persona Cosmetics. This is their Gloss in Pink. It has, I mean, you can't see it on camera, but it has these little specks, very, very fine specks of like a silver sparkle. But when you put it on, it's just super glossy and pretty. No liner, I'm just gonna apply directly. Your lips just look really juicy when you apply this. Even with the other color that I tried, it's like a coral shade. Super juicy. So that's it for this look, just a simple, fresh, dewy summertime look. You guys know I don't do wings too often, but when I do, I always end up loving it. I hope you guys like this look, and as always, send me requests for other looks you want me to do here or on Instagram. I'm at Teni Panosian. I'll see you in my next video.